We're live.
All right, and we're live.
Yeah.
Did I miss the show? Justin, right on cue. Did I miss the show? So apologies for keeping you waiting. I had some connectivity issues here. I'm not at this isn't a home game for me. I'm not at the Bay. This is an away game. So
where are you?
I'm house sitting for my buddy who's getting married this weekend. So I'm like watching his dog.
Oh,
so I'm gonna work from here tomorrow.
Are you going to the wedding from his house? Like, is it his wedding?
Yeah, it's his wedding, so I'm going on Saturday. It's in Portsmouth.
Oh, okay, cool.
So they're going to a concert tonight, and then they have like all their rehearsal dinner stuff. Which he feels bad that I'm not in his wedding. Honestly,
yeah, I know. I was just gonna say that's
not being,
he's like
not being in the wedding is ideal.
Yeah,
it
can be a
love him, but I don't have to do rehearsal dinner stuff now. I don't have to I just get to show up and drink, man. It's awesome.
Spend money on bullshit.
Yeah.
And you did the bachelor party too, so you're good.
I was at the bachelor party. That was in Scottsdale, so I got all the good stuff.
Yeah,
that's a win.
I mean, if he asked me to be in it, I obviously would have said yes. But I'm like, dude, don't feel bad. I'm cool with it.
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah. So, welcome to the Merrimack Minute, week 7. We are getting closer to the halfway point of the year. Again, sorry for being a little bit late. Connectivity issues on my end. Coach of the year is back from Mexico.
We're back, baby. Yep.
He's back from Mexico. We're missing him. How was Mexico? I actually didn't even ask you how it was.
Because that's the kind of friend you are. That's why you're not in wedding parties.
I asked you on Monday how it was.
Yeah, I know. You were great.
Touche.
It was a blast, honestly. We had a ton of fun. We definitely started to burn out toward the end of the week, getting exhausted. I think on it was Thursday or Friday. We looked at each other and it was noontime, and we're just so stay in bed for a little longer, and we just laid in bed for literally another 2 hours, just gassed. Just turns into so much when you're in the sun all day and boozing.
Yeah.
So it was nice to get home, but it was a blast. It was beautiful down there. Couldn't have asked for much more.
All inclusives will do that to you.
Yeah, just sometimes it's you need a break. If it was a week, I would have definitely had to take a break on day 3.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, everything else was fine. It was a good time.
You just got to mix in waters. And I feel like Mexico is a weird place to mix in water.
It's not ideal. Yeah. You can't just run to the sink real quick or anything like that. So
yeah,
it's a tough go.
Well, we're glad to have you back. And our first repeat guest on the pod here. So you should feel very honored. Coach of Phantom Gymnastics, Mitchapalooza. How we doing, buddy?
Not bad, man. Happy to be back. I know it was kind of crazy because I came on before the season, so I haven't been able to come on and talk about the teams and how they're actually shaping out and all that stuff. So pretty excited to do that.
Awesome. And I think last time you were here, we did power rankings, right? Top 3.
Yeah, right. We did power rankings.
We haven't done
keep track of that.
We haven't done power rankings in a long time. I don't know if we want to get into it tonight. We'll see how much time we have. But
don't the standings kind of speak for itself on that one?
No, not at all.
I don't think so. I'm just asking.
A lot of the league is real close right now.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a couple teams at the top, and then everybody else. I mean, we're in third to last right now, but we're only 2 games out from being in third place. A game or 2 back. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, being in third place.
Yeah. So maybe we'll get into it. Maybe we'll get into it. Obviously, the Celtics are on here in 45 minutes, so definitely going to limit it to 45 minutes. So we got a lot to cover. So before we do, any thoughts from the week that you guys want to bring up before we start diving into recaps?
I'm actually kind of surprised that there's not more trade talk going on. It's pretty quiet. After last year, things were buzzing. This year, it seems like it's kind of, I don't know, mulled down a little. I'm hoping to see a little shake up soon.
I think it has a lot to do with being so long now that we've already played 11 games with everybody.
Yeah,
teams are kind of happy with what they have, and
they figured it out.
Yeah, and then I mean, I know that there's 2 teams trying to make a trade and a push, but that's been going on for 2 months already.
Tell me about it. I do think as we get closer to the deadline, we obviously move the deadline back, so we still have time to see some action. I feel like last year we saw a lot of action right at the deadline when it's you're debating, do I want to make a move? Do I not? And then it's all right, well, I have to decide now. Some people, I think we'll see maybe 1 or 2 trades, but I agree. Not a lot of trades so far.
Yeah. I mean, it just seems like people are, like Mitch said, just settled in, figured out where people go and are just running with it.
Yeah. Mitch, any thoughts before we dive into the recaps?
No, I mean, same as the trade thing. That's why like last year I was getting calls almost every single day when the trade deadline came up, and I haven't heard a word except for from Joey, but that's about it. And it's been pretty quiet.
Yeah, I've got nothing.
I could see maybe 4 or 5 trades happening. I could also see nothing happening. I could see everybody standing put. So cool. So let's jump in. Back-to-back full weeks for us. No rainouts. Finally. But a lot of action this week. I was actually, Colby, before you jumped on, I was telling Mitch my stat of the week. My stat of the week is
that you're 6-0 and
that we're about to see. No, my stat of the week is that this week Phantom went 2-0. Holtz went 0-2. The other 8 teams went 1-1.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty crazy. So not a lot of movement in the standings. Obviously, Phantom got to move up a little bit, but everybody else kind of stayed put with everybody. For the most part, everybody going 1-1. So
2 weeks ago, my team was struggling to this point, and I started telling the guys, like, listen, let's go into every week and just trying to get a split. If we start splitting every week, like, that's what you're going for. It's going to move you up in the standings. You're going to be in the middle of the pack. If you get a week like we did, 2-0, good for you. But like, let's just try to take one every week. That's it.
Yeah, 0-2 weeks are tough.
Yeah,
it's tough.
Yep.
You got to take at least one. That's why I love winning on Monday, because it's almost like, all right, we win Wednesday. That's awesome. Right. If we lose Wednesday, then at least we split the week.
So. I mean, I guess the A&D just has a different expectation than you guys, so I don't know. I wouldn't understand that method.
I'm saying it's not the expectation. I'm not saying that's the expectation. I'm just saying
not looking for it.
It's as a coach, I mean, you're not going to win every game. That's just
we bogeyed this week, is what I'm going to say. We weren't up to par.
So let's jump in here. First game of the week, Tora Mayo versus VFW. I believe the stat I heard from this game. There's 2 stats from this game. One, Tora Mayo scored 6 in the first.
6 in the first, 6 in the second.
Second, didn't score again for the rest of the game. The Legion was playing big that night. They were playing big that night.
Real deep, yeah.
And the second note from this game, VFW walk in this game. Probably the most anticlimactic way you can end a game.
Who was pitching for Tora Mayo?
Just touch first.
I think it was Artie that was pitching for Tora Mayo. He doesn't usually walk a lot of guys, so it's kind of surprising. No. But we had a lot of weird ends to games here. We'll get into that. I don't know if you guys have anything else from that game. We obviously all weren't there.
I mean, yeah, just the 12 runs coming in the first 2 innings is wild.
And then not scoring again. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, just shutting it down for 5 innings. That's pretty good.
Not ideal. All right, moving on. 6:30 Martel. Buckley with the 24-12 win over VIP. This was a game where, again, Buckley, we came out pretty slow at the start. We ended up having a couple big innings. We played some great defense. Hartson pitched great in this game as well. And we were able to finally most of our games have been pretty close. This was one we kind of needed, where we kind of broke out a little bit.
Was he wearing his overalls?
He was wearing his overalls last night at Twardowski.
Oh, okay.
But he was not wearing them. He was wearing them last night also with no undershirt.
Yeah,
so it was
God
just the
awful.
Overalls. Yeah.
God awful.
Yeah, that was quite the look.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah, it's weird now that we have 2 games to recap. Like, I forget a lot of what happened in our game on Monday. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's like feels like forever ago.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that was just a game where we kind of just took a lead and we just never looked back, which we kind of needed. So Twardowski game on Monday. NHI throws up a big number here, 36 against Holtz. The Holtz slide continues there, 36-19. I don't think I heard anything really about this game.
No, but this score tells me the defense was like non-existent. I mean,
yeah, no kidding.
Holtz
even for the Holtz to put up
runs.
19.
Yeah. Holtz put up 19 and NHI was 36. It's a pretty high scoring game for those 2 teams.
Yeah, I think as we look back at other scores, 19 usually is going to you're
win
going to
a
be pretty
bunch
close.
of games.
It's going to win you a lot of games. If not, going to be
It
you're gonna
should,
be right
yeah.
in the mix. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, good
Yeah, as
game
we're
there for
looking at
NHI.
all 20s on the screen right now.
I mean, there's a lot of
Yeah,
numbers under 19 here. So,
yeah, there is.
Cool. Going on to the 7:30 game, Martell. Statement win here for Phantom.
Yeah, Mitch and the boys had a W.
Probably a little bit unexpected for most in this game. Phantom with was it a run rule? Yeah, right.
No, because we ended up going 7.
Okay.
But it was 15, but we got it in
Top
the
of the
top
seventh.
of the 7th. Yep.
Yeah, gotcha. So after scoring a ridiculous amount of runs in the first 7-8 games of the year, Peterson with a 4 spot here. I haven't seen a lot of games under 5 this year, but this might be the first.
Isn't this the second time they've gone under 5 though? I think they might have put a 3 spot up earlier in the season.
Let's see if I can find that. Not as easy as I thought it was going to be. Let's see schedule. Oh, I'm already here. Peterson.
Am I wrong? I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think you're wrong.
Yep, I think somebody
the lowest they scored was
10,
16.
Oh, there's a
13.
Yeah, right.
Oh no, that's 13.
Yeah, so
team.
13 was the
13.
lowest they had scored before last night or
Wow.
Monday night. So 4, tough. So what happened in that one, Mitch?
So there was actually a lot that happened in that game. I know some.
I can't
of my
wait
guys
for the
would,
end. The
yeah,
end of the game.
my guys would be pissed if I didn't bring up the end. So we actually were away in that game, and we put up 13 in the first inning, and a lot of it with 2 outs, a lot of just hits. So I think that brought them down, and then we came out, and it was my pitching debut this game. And and they went down 1-2-3 in the first 2 innings.
No big deal.
You got zapped the first batter of the game.
I did. First batter of the game, I got drilled right in the hand. I really wasn't expecting it, so I wasn't ready. I just kind of
you almost tried to barehand it.
Yeah, I did. I did try to barehand it. Stupid enough. I also did that in the Beast with the Z ends too, but we don't need to go there.
Yeah.
I was a lot better last night up the middle. After talking to myself about staying ready for it, and then
using your glove. Yeah.
And
you're like, I actually am in the field of play. So
yeah, so I can't just I threw him a pitch. It was the first pitch of the bottom half of the inning, and I was just standing there, and I was like, oh shit, that's coming right at me. So yeah, and then they put up a couple in the innings or whatever, but we held them there. Good defense. So then we got to the end of the game. We were up 15. You know what? To be honest, I think we did play 6. It was 6. It was not 7. So they needed 1 to go. It was first and second, nobody out. They needed 1 more to keep going, or 2 more, right? Because there still would have been 15.
Yep, 2 more.
They needed 2 more to keep going. They still had, I think, 2-3 home runs.
I think they had all of them.
I think they hit 1 or 2 for their 4 runs they had.
Yeah, it'd be ridiculous if they had 4-on-4 solos. That would be
no, they didn't.
Least 1.
They had at least 1, maybe 2 home runs, so they had at least 3 home runs left. But anyway,
we can actually look at it right here.
Pikachu came up with first and second, nobody out, and grounded into a triple play. Hit a ground ball to Chad. Chad tagged the runner, threw it to Vanty at second. Vanty turned and got Pikachu out at first. Triple play to end the game with a 15-run.
It was a no-doubter, too. It was a no-doubt triple play.
Yeah, it wasn't even close at first base at all.
And no home runs here for Peterson that night.
No home runs. Okay, there you go. Even better.
But yeah, tough way to end a game. Triple play.
Yeah, especially needing 2 to go, and you got something cooking with first and second. I'm pretty sure Pikachu was batting last that night, so they had the top of the order coming up. I'm pretty sure Kevin was on deck. So they, who knows?
Which is weird too.
There, you score 5-6 there.
His best swing is backside.
Yeah, and he hit it. He was like, I was trying to go up and over to the gap. I heard him saying to Kevin after the game. And yeah, didn't work out.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Crazy triple play to end the game.
Triple play.
I don't know if I've seen that.
Yep.
But yeah, so nice little win for Phantom there. The 8:30 game on Monday, A&D was staying on a roll there, 21 over Monahan 14. Colby, I remember legitimately nothing from this game, so I'm going to rely on you here.
Honestly, I was still a little foggy from Mexico in this game. So
actually, I left. I didn't see this game. I went back to watch.
Yeah, you took off. Yeah. So that's easy to not remember. But I remember we just kind of like we consistently rolled. I know in the beginning of the game we were hot. We came out pretty strong. I think we batted through the lineup right off the bat with a couple home runs, got a pretty good lead, played some solid defense, and I don't think Monahan came out strong in the beginning, but then as the game went on, you felt these innings come up where like they were scoring runs, and then all of a sudden it like just fizzled out like in the middle of their inning where like they'd leave two guys on, and it was like, holy shit, that inning felt like it went 10 minutes, but it really like they only put up 3 or 4 runs. So they had a lot of those innings where like they could have broke it back open on us at any given time. We were just lucky enough where, Dustin pitched well and our defense stuck with it, and we kind of just got out of it, and then it would just add a few more every time on them. So it never really they never really catch up from the beginning of our game was basically how that one went. I don't think there was anything really that like stood out a ton. This year Monahan's bringing a vibe. They got the music going. Every single time they're at the plate, they are ripping. And I'm like, I look over TA and I'm like looking at his face. I'm just wondering like, how is he not blown up on these guys?
That's kind of what I was thinking.
I'm like shocked about it.
Because I was completely shocked too.
That is a surprise to me for a TA team to be. And it's not just any music. We're talking
it's like
Avicii. I heard Levels like 6 times last night. Like I said to Dobbs, I go, how many songs do you have on this playlist, Dobbs? And he goes,
he's
5.
like 4. Yeah, he's like 4 songs.
Yeah. So
no, it was wild. I was saying the same thing. I was like, who are these guys turning the music up, like blaring? I'm pretty sure Cooley had to ask him to turn it down at one point.
Yeah, I thought it was too loud. I thought it would have been J-Ro's team.
That's the last team that you would.
I would expect.
Absolutely.
Music. Yeah, but they got a vibe. They got a vibe.
New vibe.
They started out a little slow, but they're kind of hanging in there. They're right
definitely competing. Yeah, for sure. And like I said, like if they had either in the middle of that game, like were able to like capitalize on some of the runs they left behind, or like at the beginning of the game started off a little hotter, they would have been neck and neck with us the whole game. It would have been, much closer than what the scoreboard looks like.
Yeah, and I'm sure you guys were missing guys too, but I know Tommy wasn't there on Monday night, so I mean he makes a huge impact on that team.
Yeah, of course, 100%.
100%.
Yeah.
On the mound and just in like a confidence level.
Tony just comes in here and lies to everybody.
Yeah, what is his deal?
That's just what he does. So
I was listening to music out of his dugout last night.
Always.
He's a fraud. He
still uses our playlist from like 5 or 6 years ago, I feel like.
Oh, yeah, from Florida?
Yeah, I think he still uses that same playlist. That's it from Monday night. I don't think there's really anything else noteworthy for Monday night, unless you guys can think of anything.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Sweet. Moving right along then. Wednesday. Legion
I'll be
game.
Right back.
No problem. Legion game 17-13. Peterson with the win over Holtz. So Peterson bounces back from that 4-run game, puts up a 17 spot. Holtz, we're going to look at it a little bit later. Outside of this game, though, a lot of their losses are within, other than, when they had 9 against us, a lot of their losses are within 5. So
yeah, honestly, I think it's just a defense thing. Like they're scoring runs and they're hitting, and they're scoring enough runs to win some of these games. I think that just defensively, I just don't think he's got guys that are, not where they were supposed, not where they should be,
Yeah.
If he got a third baseman, he, could then move Kevin Harris out to the outfield, where he probably should be. A couple other guys, you know what I mean? Like he can move around and bounce around there. That would, probably help him out defensively quite a bit. But he also lost a guy too, didn't he? Just lost the guy he just moved.
Yeah, Ryan Scott moved to like Illinois, so he's out.
Yeah.
But no, you're right. They're hanging around in these games.
Obviously,
nobody wants to start. I think, what are they now? 1-10.
Yeah.
But from what I heard from, I talked to Chris Pacheco yesterday. He was telling me that the attitude's great, great vibes in like the group chat and stuff.
The That's good. I would tell you in a coaching position, if I was Dearborn looking at this year, I'd fucking trade everybody away and pack it in.
Yeah, you can't do
Set
that.
up for next year, bro.
But that's the thing is he can still
Get some of his buddies.
You can only keep 4 guys, so like, and everybody makes the playoffs. So as much as it sucks to start 1-10, they still have every chance to
I
make
agree.
a run.
That's true.
Yeah, once they have their 10 there, I mean, who knows what happens out of the toilet bowl? Who cares?
Exactly. Like they're looking pretty good for the toilet bowl, but it's
if
like,
Tomahawk's 10 was there last year, like nobody even wanted them coming out of the playoff or coming out of the toilet bowl.
Facts. Everybody was talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Peterson bounces back in that one. Holt's slide continues. Probably the game of the week was Tora Mayo A&D. That was our showcase game. 6:30 at Martell yesterday. Me and Mitch obviously missed this one because we were at Twardowski. Tora Mayo A&D. Colby, tell us about it.
This was a hell of a game. So we opened up. We were away. Dustin was in the on-deck circle, and he goes, "Hey, coach, just put 2 on the board now." As soon as Dustin got a hit, he goes, "Yep, look." And then he smokes one out. He goes, "I told you." So that was a quick 2 runs, but it was on 1 home run. Then I batted myself third to separate him and Laporte. So I got on. Laporte, sure enough, bombs 1. That's 4 runs on 2. Then I think Schultz got on. And then I forget who was after him. Or no, I think Schultz maybe got out. And then Heyman got on. And then Foster came up and he hit 1. But however it all turned out, we had, I think, 3 or 4 home runs in the first inning. And I was just like, oh, okay. So
you're probably up 7 or 8. Right?
We were up 8. Yeah, so we were up 8-0. So there was 4 in the first inning.
Yeah.
And then they came back. We played some terrible defense in the bottom of the first, missing fly balls, just different random things happening, and then they capitalized on it. I think they were chasing 2 at that point. And then we came up. We used our last home run. Dustin hit our last home run in the top of the second, and from there it was just kind of small ball situation. But with Tora Mayo and they have so much firepower, it was definitely a constant battle for us to try and like fend them off. And there was a couple innings where we kind of did like what I spoke about with Monahan. We're like, first couple guys would get on, and then all of a sudden it was like we only got 1 run out of it. Or I think we at one point had the bases loaded and we got none. Stuff like that. Things you just kind of can't have happen when you're playing a good team. Yeah. And finally, just bottom of the 6th. Yeah, bottom of the 6th. They were like right on our tails, and they had a couple left, and they just put it on us, and we just couldn't come back on it. KP pitched like shit, and that's all I'm going to say. But, but no, for real. When they have their 10, they are a good team.
Oh yeah.
We obviously missed Hud's bat in the middle of our lineup. That's a tough one not to have. But it is what it is. It was a great game.
I'm sure Brett got the boys rolling over there too.
Oh, he must have been hyped. That was a big Brett revenge game.
Yeah.
Oh, well, whatever. We're 1-1. We're 1-1. We'll see. Brett was slumped. He said he got a hit, and he was asking for a runner because he's hurt. And then they were like, "No, you're fine." So he got to second, and then they gave the guy behind him a runner or something. And he's like, "What?"
Love that. Probably Kyle.
Yeah, probably KP. Yeah.
Yeah. So the 9-game winning streak comes to an end there. Still,
but that's all right, because I was talking to Tony. He was saying that we're supposed to get our jerseys next week, and I was like, "Well, how can we put the jerseys on? We're on a 9-game win streak, and then
or 10 game at that point."
Yeah. So now we're back. We can freshen up and start back over.
You're not going to win every game. That's just how it works. Even in seasons in this league where it was a little bit lopsided, the best I think I've ever seen a team finish was like 22-5. I don't think, and that was crazy. Season. That's crazy.
That's a crazy season.
I think one of TA's team once actually started like 17-1, maybe. And ended up losing maybe 3 or 4. But especially now, with the teams are so balanced, like you have to know. Obviously, you don't want to lose any games, but you have to know every once in a while, like you're going to drop.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
no question. I mean, you don't even want to go into. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Mitch.
I was looking at these standings, and this year is probably one of the most competitive years in the last 4 or 5 years, I think, personally. Literally from last place to to third place. You know what I mean? Like you guys, you're 2 losses. You guys are up there quite a bit, but like.
But Tora Mayo only has 3 losses. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They could jump right through, and
Right,
it's crazy.
exactly. Like, and then, but even from there, I mean, it's only like, you know what I mean? What's the next team? What's the standings? The
Buckley, we're 7-4.
And 4, right? So like, that's 7. You're only 2-3 games off from being crazy right there in the middle. It's wild.
It's gonna be all year, which is awesome, which makes
Yeah,
this league
great.
great. Usually in other leagues by game 10 or 11, it's like you got more teams that are on the Holtz end of the spectrum,
right?
And then there's one team that's 11-0 or whatever. But it's gonna be balanced all year.
I think
so.
So
I mean, Phantom, you're only 3 games back from being right in third place, 3rd or 4th place.
That's what I'm saying. I keep telling the guys, and I'm like, look at the games too, and our run differential. Like we're losing games by 1 run, 2 runs in the on the bottom. Like those are going to start coming to us. They're going to start falling to us. I was like, just stay positive, guys.
What a
Best you can do.
What a segue into last night's game, because that's exactly what happened for you guys last night. 6:30 at Twardowski. Buckley drops. We lose again by a walk-off here. Our 3rd walk-off loss of the year. We lose 16-15 to Phantom. Mitch, our boy Mitch here, did have the walk-off hit off the fence.
I did.
I'm still scratching my head figuring out where Teddy was playing him defensively, but that's a different story.
By you.
Yeah. But Tora Mayo, Phantom pulls out the 16-15 win. Mitch, I'll let you go first on what your thoughts were on this game.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? It was back and forth all game. You guys started off a little slow, I think, to be honest. The first couple innings you started off, I don't think getting anything. But
Correct.
we were slow too. We only had 2, 4, 5 runs. I think we were up like 6, maybe 6-0, and you guys put up like a 5 spot, and then all of a sudden it was up and down the rest of the game. And then so then you got going into bottom of the 6th, we took a 2-run lead, 1-run lead, and then you took a 2-run lead going into the top of the 7th. So coming into the bottom, you guys were up 2.
Yeah.
And we pulled the comeback out. We had our bottom of our lineup, get a couple hits and a couple bad hops, and next thing I know, I was up with the tying run or the winning run on second.
Yeah, and Angelo hitting behind you with home runs in the bank. So,
correct.
This was a classic Twardowski ugly game, but it wasn't a high scoring game. I don't know who that is, but it's pretty loud.
Colby.
What on me?
Yeah,
it's my daughter talking.
You might have to mute yourself a little bit, but so basically what happened for us was in our game, both teams capitalized on errors big time in that game. Errors, bad hops, whatever you want to call them. But I know you scored 4 in the top of the bottom of the first. We didn't score any in the top of the second, and you guys came back out. We got the first 2 outs right away, and then the third guy hit it. I was playing short. The first 2 guys hit ground balls to me out. Third guy hits one to me too. Tough hop. Next guy walks. Next guy 3-run homer, and it's like
that was actually Tyler Craig hit it. I walked. Roman hit the home run.
Yep. So then, what was McQuaid that hit it? Oh yeah, I don't know how it went.
McQuaid hit the one that you got out.
Yeah. Okay.
So the first 2 you got out. Tyler Craig hit one, bad hop, made it to first. I walked. Roman hit a home run.
Yep. And then later in the game,
with 2 outs.
Later in the game, you guys made an error with 2 outs, and we ended up scoring like 4 or 5 more.
Yes.
And then in that last inning, we're up 2. Ask any coach. You're up 2 going into the bottom of the 7th. You want that first out so bad, especially if it's that first batter, and your first batter hit one directly to Hamill. And as he was reaching for it, literally right to him, took a bad hop. And not only did it take a bad hop, it bounced off his glove and went out of play.
Oh, God.
So instead of having a runner on first, we had a runner on second, too.
And then they had a couple singles. I think we maybe walked a guy. We did get 2 outs. I think your hit was with 2 outs, right?
My hit was with 2 outs. So was Tyler Craig's. Who was the one that?
No, I think
Tyler Craig's was the one walked before me.
Yeah, Gibson was the one that had a 2-run single.
Gibson had the 2-run single.
Yeah,
scored the 2 guys to tie the game. Yep.
Yeah,
that's right.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Just got a text from Paladin.
KP.
He's
Yeah, is this really my life?
He's watching us on his big screen. That's hilarious.
On the big TV. Kid loves us.
Yeah. So nice little win for Phantom there to sweep the week. That's a tough one to lose as a team. Sometimes you're going to get the hops, sometimes you're not. Obviously, you guys have had plenty of games where you don't get the hops. Especially on a field like Twardowski, like you're going to be on both sides of that.
Agreed. And I'll also go the opposite way. That's a good win for us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was a grind back for us. So it's bad loss for you guys, but good loss. I mean, a good win for us for sure. That definitely got the boys buzzing a little bit in the group chat, including like Angelo, who I don't even think he left the parking lot and he was already like, great fucking win, boys. Let's fucking go.
Love
you
that.
know? So that got the boys buzzing a little bit. Mickey didn't make it to the game and he's like, I'm going to work out now. Roman just got us all pumped up.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So it was good.
Well,
good week for the boys.
Good for you guys. We'll get you next time.
Yeah.
And Tony, good call here. Mitch, I do like the little fireside look you got going here.
Oh, my little tiki torch.
It's a nice little filter for you.
Well, I was like, when Jim and I first got on and started talking, it was nice and bright out, but it started getting pretty dark, and I was like, oh, can you even see me anymore? And I was like, I'll light the tiki torch.
Sorry, I probably got buggy too. Get those away.
It's a nice little breeze out tonight, so it's actually perfect.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
nice.
It is super nice. The bug
Mitch
zapper's
the great
going over there. Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
Well, only 15 more minutes here because we gotta get moving because the Celtics are on. So 7:30, VIP with the 22-11 win over VFW. I know when we beat VIP on Monday, it seemed like they were a little kind of down on themselves. So this is a good bounce back game for them. I showed up, Mitch. We hung out at Twardowski for a little bit. I showed up like at the end of this game, so I didn't see much. Colby, I don't know if you.
VIP kind of just rallied the whole game. It felt like. I know they had like one like pretty solid inning. It kind of seemed like VFW just was never clicking through an inning. It was like one or two. And I know that like I'm pretty sure everybody hit well on VIP except for a couple people in the top of their lineup, and then the rest of them would rally through. So that's like pretty much my knowledge of that game. And it looks like they finally just ran away with it.
Yep. So looks like they closed that one out. I know when I got there, it was basically over.
Yeah.
So, and I know Mitch didn't go. So to close out the week, we had the 8:30 game, which was a wild game.
This was the most insane game I think I've seen of the season.
Yeah. Like Monahan with a 25-19 win over NHI. This game was nuts.
NHI went through their their whole lineup in the first inning, I think. And then
they scored 11 in the top of the first.
And I'm pretty sure
Monahan went top of one. Monahan scored 0.
1, 2, 3, I think.
Yeah. And then NHI scored 11. Yeah. Or 10 in the bottom of and it's funny because Hayes left after the bottom of the first inning. And so he left and they were up 10-0 after 1. And by the time he was by the time he got home, it was probably still the top of the second because Monahan scored 21 in the top of the second, which is crazy.
Monahan scored 21 runs in the second inning and then scored 4 more the rest of the game.
Exactly. That's also a crazy stat is they scored 21 in the second and 4 the rest of the game.
I know they went through I think someone said they batted 3 times in that inning.
I know that this was the first time I've seen the book this year where they ran out of
squares.
Of squares, basically.
That's crazy.
Because that second inning took up like almost 3 or 4 columns.
That's wild.
That is wild.
So that was a crazy game. NHI obviously so they were down 11 there. They made a little bit of a run.
I felt like I saw like 24 home runs in that game. It just felt like they just didn't stop.
Yeah.
Did they hit any for outs?
I think I saw a few for outs.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody just get shot at your
no, someone just
fire there, Mitch.
Nope, someone just lit off a cannon somewhere on the river.
Jeez.
Happens all the time. Now my dog's going crazy.
Yeah, that's where I first started hearing levels last night. Is that top of the second inning they started blasting it.
Oh, they scored 20. Yeah, they were ripping.
That song might have played 3 times in that one inning. So
it could have off their 5-song playlist.
Yeah.
Hey, whatever works.
For real. So that's it for the week. We'll take a quick look at the standings. So for anyone looking for the stats, I was a little delinquent last night. I put the scores in for the last night's games. I did not put the stats in. So I will get to that eventually. But here's what we got for the standings. A and D still in, like I said, 2 teams win, or 1 team went 2-0, 1 team went 0-2. Everyone else went 1-1. So not a whole lot of movement here in the standings. A&D still up top, 9-2. Tora Mayo 8-3, Buckley 7-4, Peterson and VFW 6-5, Monahan 5-6, as well as NHI. Phantom, they jumped up this week. They're tied with VIP, but even like VIP is tied for 9th, or like they're 9th right now, and they're 4-7. That's not bad.
No.
And
No,
then
because
Holtz
look at 6-5. Literally jumps you right up to 2 more wins, and you're jumping right up to almost 3rd place, depending on
They're
what
just
everybody else does.
they're so lopsided in their games where like they let up so many runs, or they like or they have so many runs. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that's why their run differential is like so skewed one way. Like if that starts to turn at some point in the season where they're just consistently putting up numbers on their own end, like that's what's going to put them right back in the 2, 3, 4 mix, I think.
Yep. A lot of games to be played. We got 16 left.
If TB finds a barrel one of these times, he'll be fine.
Yeah, tough night for him.
Tough night.
Couple of the interesting differentials here. Peterson, after scoring all those runs, they're dead even on differential now. And then VFW minus 25 is kind of surprising to me. And that's, I mean, the tough thing for them is they have a forfeit win, so I don't really think that gives them any runs for.
Doesn't really help, yeah.
And then Phantom, 4-7, but plus 31.
Wild.
Crazy. And they got their first home win last night, which is good.
We did get our first home win.
Yep.
So
good for you
big.
guys.
I mean, you talk about that too. You know what I mean? Those home games. So 5 of those home games we lost. We're all like 1-2 run games. I was like, if we win 3 or 4 of those, we're in fucking 2nd place right now.
Right.
It's that's how crazy this league is, and I love it.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, you have so you're plus 31. This is 35, so they're ahead of you. This is what? 33? Yeah. So I mean, you have, I think, the 3rd best differential in the league,
right?
And you're tied for 8th.
Yeah. Wild.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So we got 10 minutes left here. Any final thoughts on these standings before we move on?
I think you're going to start seeing them, some teams jump around a little bit. Now that it's warm, I think you're going to start seeing Peterson fall a little bit.
Interesting. That's a take.
Yeah. I called it in the beginning of the year that I love their team. I think they're doing good, but I think a lot of their early success was a lot like the old Chad regional success early in the season, hitting home runs, and I don't think they're going to be hitting them anymore as much.
So you're saying
that's the second team to be called regional. Yikes!
What you're saying is when I said that about Tora Mayo, I really should have been talking about Peterson.
Yeah,
what you're saying.
I think so. I think Tora Mayo is gonna be fine. They'll be good. They'll lose some games, but they're gonna win a bunch.
Yeah,
I think that Peterson's gonna win some too, but I don't think they're gonna have. You're not gonna see some of those guys that were in the home run board kind of drop a little bit because they're not gonna be hitting them anymore. And I think you kind of seen that the last like 3 games from them.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yep.
Let's get to the picks here. So last week, and I'll flash the banner here. So last week, Colby, you were 2-5.
Thanks, buddy.
I was 4-3, and our boy Belrose, nice showing, 5-2, and we both hit our pick of the week. So as you see the standings there, I'm up to 27-13. I'm 6-0 on my picks of the week. Colby getting closer to 500, 22-18. He's 4-1 on his picks of the week. Didn't have a pick of the week last week.
Right.
Our guests are 17-10. Also 4-0 on the picks of the week. So Colby, what I decided here is I'm going to give you a floating extra pick of the week for the rest of the year until you catch up to me. So 1 week you can go with 2 picks.
I can pick it at any time.
At any time.
Wow.
I'll give you a floater.
All right, cool.
So we looked at the standings here. So here are the games for next week. We got to pick one. We got to pick one showcase game here. So our showcase game choices are Holtz against Phantom. So Mitch versus his old sponsor. We got VFW Buckley is the 8:30 game on Monday night. The other ones are Peterson, Tora Mayo. That's the 8:30 on Wednesday, or VIP NHI 6:30 Wednesday.
I kind of like either one of those Wednesday games. Just seems like a lot of offense could happen at any given time for them.
I think I like this Peterson Tora Mayo
I like
game.
the Peterson Tora Mayo. Yeah.
I think I was going the opposite. I think the VIP New Hampshire Irrigation is going to be a better game than that Tormeo Peterson.
Okay, let's go with that one then.
I think that's going to be a better game.
We'll give Mitch the honors here, so we'll go with that one.
This is your show.
No, you're the guest.
Whatever you want.
You're the guest. We got to be good hosts. So we'll start with you, Colby. Here, Monahan Peterson. Who you got?
I like Monahan here.
Monahan, Twardowski game. I'm going to go with Peterson here. Mitch.
I am going to go 6:30. Is Tommy going to be there?
Not sure.
I assume 6:30 he's in.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with Monahan.
All right. Mitch, you're up again. A&D versus VIP at the Legion.
I'm going to go A&D.
The boys.
I'm going to go VIP here. Be upset.
Coward.
I'm going to go two in a row for A&D. And I hope it's in the new uni, so you guys are cursed.
A&D, baby.
A&D. Last game for Monday, 7:30. Tora Mayo, NHI. This is a good one.
This is a good one.
Colby, who you got?
I'm going 7:30 primetime. People are going to be there. Tora Mayo.
Spelled that wrong.
Tora Mayo. So I'm calling.
I am also going to take Tora Mayo.
I'll go with New Hampshire Irrigation. Mix it up.
Love it. On to Wednesday, 6:30 Legion, Phantom, VFW. Mitch, I assume you're going to take Phantom here.
I'm definitely going to take Phantom. I think VFW runs out of home runs quick.
Okay. I am also going to take Phantom here.
I'm going Phantom.
Wow.
Oh,
clean sweep for the boys.
Sweeper. 7:30 game. Holtz, Monahan.
Monty.
Colby's got Monahan with,
and that's my highlighted game.
Your pick of the week.
You guys keep picking against Holtz every week.
I don't. They're gonna break this.
They're gonna break out. It's just tough to know who's actually gonna be there. So
yeah,
I gotta take and Monahan the early games. Tommy's probably gonna be there. Yeah. They keep the runs down. They're a vibe.
I think this is a game that Holtz could steal. I really do. I want to take Monahan, but especially since we never lose picks of the week, apparently. So it's like tough for me to pick against that. But I'm going to go with Holtz here.
Also, is there going to be a trade that goes through before this game?
There could be many.
Probably not. I'm going to go.
Not.
I think I'm going to go with the Monahan boys as well.
All right. Here we go. 6:30.
You can type in the two of you.
Buckley, A&D. Buckley lost this last one on yet another walk-off. Tucker Twardowski.
That was legit.
You weren't there though, Jim, right?
That was unbelievable.
I was not there. I was not there. So, Mitch, who you got? A&D, Buckley.
I think that I am going to probably go A&D.
Smart man. Real smart man.
It's a nice win for us. A little separation in the standings. And then last game of the week, VIP NHI, our showcase game at Martel.
I think that could be a real good game.
I like V here.
Joey V or VIP?
NHI, sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
Cooch, I love you, my guy, but I just don't see it winning two in the same week. So I'm going to go NHI.
I'm also going NHI.
Woo, 3 sweeps.
Couple sweeps here. Is it 3? No, it's just 2.
No, Tora Mayo, Phantom, and NHI. Oh, shit. Mitch.
Nope.
So, all right, Mitch, me and you have to go back and make our pick of the week here. I'm going to go for my pick of the week. I am going to go with. It would be super hot take if I did this. I'm going to take Peterson against Monahan on Monday as my pick of the week.
Ooh, I thought you'd go with one of the sweeps.
I think I'm going to go the same game. I'm going to go Monahan over Peterson.
Wow. Okay.
A lot of money on that game.
It's a couple times that we've been there's been picks of the week on the opposite sides. Actually, no, it's obviously only once because we've had one loss on pick of the week. But,
the whole time.
But awesome. So that's what we got for next week. I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing my screen. Look at that, right at 45 minutes yet again.
Right at 9 o'clock. That's perfect.
Right at 9 o'clock, right in time for the Celtics. So, Mitch, thanks again for joining us, man. Hope you had fun.
I love it. I always have fun. Whenever you guys need anybody, let me know.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll be back. Colby, any final words before we sign off?
No, go Celts. Let's go, baby.
Go Celts. Gotta win tonight.
Gotta win tonight.
Please
have to win.
And for those asking if I was going to the game tonight, you should know better. I'm never going to another Celtics playoff game ever again.
Yeah, he's not allowed to go to another Celtics playoff game.
You shouldn't want me to go to any game. So, all right. Well, thanks everybody for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Later, boys.
Go Gymnasts.